Hi, how about some video professional development? I want to talk to you about flipping a classroom. If you haven't been through the YouTube channel past this video, you should know that I like to do little 30-second tips and tricks for other art teachers, how to manage a classroom and how to deal with supplies. And I've also been putting up little projects for the students to work on, mainly at the middle school, when they finish whatever project has been assigned. I call them bonus lessons, and there's 3 right now that are on the website. They can go online, they look up the bonus lesson that they want to work on, and they can just go get the materials and get started. Flipping a classroom at the elementary, it might be a little bit more challenging. And I'm not sure how any other classroom teachers will want to format their flipped lessons. I'm just going to show you some of the things that I do and some of the tools that I use to try and make the process a little easier. The first thing I use, this is a school iPad. I also use my iPhone. If you have iMovie installed on the school iPad, and you should because that's the one that I use, and you have iMovie installed on your iPhone, making a video for your lesson is super easy. The other little app or program that I like to use on the desktop computer is called Screencast-o-matic. I'll show you the steps to both of these and hope that it might help you when you are out for a day and you have a substitute, or if you just want to try and get a lesson online to see how it goes. First, let's talk about Screencast-o-matic. Let's take a look at Screencast-o-matic. This setup is kind of this messy because I have to tape from the iPad onto the desktop screen because I can't figure out how to get the video from Screencast-o-matic into the iMovie setup. But here you go anyhow. So it's a website, Screencast-o-matic. If you look at the address bar, it's screencast is one word and -o-matic. You will be able to purchase some video support if you want to have longer recordings. My recordings tend to be about 30 seconds and that's about it. So I'm of course going to use this start recording for free option. Once you start recording, you will see it's going to record exactly what's on your screen. So if you have a specific app that you want the students to use, if you have some special way that you want them to submit something to you, using Screencast-o-matic will show them exactly where on the screen they need to click to get something sent in to you. So, for example, we use Google Classroom a lot over at the middle school, and sometimes it's a little tricky to get the kids to understand how to submit their work. So what I can do is I can pull up the Google Classroom document and or website, and I can show the students exactly by where to go to log into things by just letting the mouse scroll around and say, okay, well, come over here and you're going to click on this, or come over here and you're going to click on this. As soon as we get the recorder to launch, then you'll be able to see exactly what I mean. Okay, the launcher is up and running, and you can see it's got this box all the way around the screen. Here it says the recorder. The recorder will record anything. The recorder will record anything within this frame. So what I can do is I can hit screen and I can start recording. Down here at the bottom there's a little button that says record. And then all that the students will see is exactly what's within the frame that you want them to see. Right now they'll be seeing me wiggle this little birdie mouse around, and you know, we can click on here and we can click on here, and oh yeah, then come up to the taskbar and click on this item, and when you're all finished, all you need to do is click pause, and then you will have the entire video and it will upload wherever you like it to go. You can click done, and on my computer it gives me options to edit, and it gives me options to add text or whatever I like, and I can also just save it. So Screencast-o-matic really works well. I'll put a link for you to click on the digital portfolio instructions that I give students, and hopefully that'll give you a better, clearer picture of how I can use it. The option to upload it right to YouTube is what I have used in the past. That's easier than trying to insert it into an iMovie because, well, this is a PC and the iPad is an Apple, and they don't always like to talk to each other very friendly-like. So I hope that gives you an idea a little bit of how to use Screencast-o-matic. And there you go. I hope you found Screencast-o-matic helpful. Now let's look at iMovie and some easy ways to put together a video. You don't always have to tape yourself talking to the computer screen. It can get a little intimidating sometimes, even though I know there's no one actually sitting here listening to me. It still can be a little intimidating to videotape yourself. When you open the iMovie app, you have two choices. You can make a movie or a trailer. Let's just do a movie. Choose all of the photos or videos that you want to include in your video. Here I have a bunch of photos, and I have one video of how the little ceramic contraption works. At the bottom of the screen, you'll see Create Movie. iMovie likes to put everything together and give it this cool, they call it a Ken Burns movie motion. So when they're singular photos, they actually have a little bit of motion to them through the video that they created. You can see how it's moving up the photo that I took here. If you missed something and you want to add something between the videos you've already created, here you go, just clicking on the plus and adding a photo. So I'm just going to pick through here and let's just do a title screen. Pick a random picture and it'll stick it wherever you want to put it in the video that you're creating. If you press on that picture, at the bottom of the screen it will come up and you have the options to add text. That's what the T is. And they have all kinds of different ways for the text to scroll onto the screen. Here, let's just do a standard one. Click on where it says title, exit title text here, and change that to whatever you want. This is a video on ceramics, and it's teaching people how to use a pyrometric cone, which tests the heat and the temperature of your kiln. Something mainly an art teacher would need to know. Now I have a video that I embedded within this movie, and I think it's a little too long. So I'm going to scroll just to where I would like to edit the video, and I'm going to touch the video with my finger to highlight it. This is the video. It's just a smidge too long. So let's edit some of that out. When I touch the box, the options at the bottom come up and it says split. So I want to split that video apart. And then I will either delete if I don't need the last section, or what if I want to make it longer? I can also press duplicate and I can make it longer. And don't worry, if you make a mistake and you're panicking, you want it to come back, the little arrow will help you bring it right back. That's an undo arrow. Here I duplicated it. Now I have a little bit longer video in case I wanted to talk over top of it and I needed to say more than the video length was. You can change the way the videos and the pictures dissolve into each other. You can see the little icons between each of them. There's a lot of different options to use. Just choose your favorite. I tend to use dissolve the most, but you know, all of these could be fun depending on how you want your video to look. You can also change the way the pictures look by changing the filters. So let's say we want to put some text on here, but I can't read what I had taken a picture of. I can just change it to the old-timey filter or the blue filter, and it changes the colors. Again, this is all just how you want your video to look in the end. You don't necessarily have to keep the text in the center of the screen. You can click on the center to keep it in the middle, or you can click on lower and move it down to the bottom. That will depend on if you're covering up a picture that has other words on it. Here you can see where it says center or lower, so you can change the position of the title. There it is at the bottom. You can take your thumbs or the cursor in your mouse and stretch the video or the picture a little bit longer if it's too short. You don't necessarily have to only use the duplicate filter or the duplicate option. Okay, let's say you got the video exactly the way you want it. Let's save it and upload it to YouTube. Click on Done, and we'll title it whatever you want to title it. This one's ceramics, so let's just put it ceramics. And hit Done. At the bottom of the screen, you have the options. You can play the whole thing to see what it looks like. The little arrow in the box is the YouTube filter, or the YouTube option. So let's find YouTube in my list of apps. There's your YouTube app. I've already got mine set up to upload just to my my location on YouTube. I like to change category to education because, well, that's what it is. And here you can see where you can list it as private, unlisted, or public. Normally I upload them all as private, and then I can go in to the YouTube settings and I can set them to premiere on a certain day or open to the public on a certain day. So if I can upload 3 or 4 at a time, and then I can have them spread out through the course of the week. The rules for making a video for myself are simple. I get 2 takes. That's it. If I mess it up the first time, I get 1 more take to do it. If I sound goofy, if I stumble over some words, if I mispronounce things, you know what? When I present it to the students, I'm probably going to do the same thing, and I just brush it off and keep going with the lesson. The videos don't have to be presentation quality, perfect down to the last word, specialty lighting. It doesn't have to be that technical. When your personality comes through as a teacher, it will also come through in your videos, and the students will respond to that better than if you are false or uncomfortable. They know you, and they know how you're going to present things. If it sounds goofy, it sounds goofy. That's just the way we look at it. Since I had to present this year, I thought, what better plan than flipping a video for flipping your classroom? If you have any questions, you all know where I am. I'm in both buildings, so you can come see me in the middle school, or you can pop in the Lankerville Art Room, and I'll try to help you with any tech problems or video posting problems. I'm not a tech genius, but I know my way around stuff. We should be all right. Thanks for watching, and hopefully we won't need to do this because we're out of school for 2 weeks, but we'll keep our fingers crossed that all the viruses stay away from us. Thanks. Bye.